Good morning. Thank you for tuning into the Home of Nanny Dogs 314 with your talk man is Gerald Burst. Just gonna have a little bit of pitbull talk with you guys this morning. I've been thinking and talking to other dog men, and the question is of today is, are you gonna take your dog to the top? When I say that, no illegal purpose, no dog fighting, it just means like weight pulling, wall climbing, you know what I'm saying, walking your dog, you know what I'm saying, like. I hear a lot of times people say, "Hey, such thing as blue nose pit bull." Okay, you can't erase the time from 1946. If you can't discuss 1946 when the blue dog came up on the map, I don't argue with guys. I used to argue with people about that stupid stuff, but they let me know how stupid they was in the dog game to ever say that it didn't exist and it never came on the map. But okay, so I was, what I'm saying, I don't feed Blue with Tiger. I don't let them be around each other when she's in heat because at the end of the day, I don't want no your accidents. It's not a your accident if you can create if you can stop it from happening. It's not a your accident. It's not a your accident. And I was always raised that American Pit Bull Terriers have high energy, high energy. So I was always raised that you couldn't leave it in a kennel, in a cage, and not take it out and let it run and you know what I'm saying, run around or get on the chain or be in a 5x8 or a 10x10 kennel. I was not raised that you can have that dog like that because it has high energy. And people are always using an excuse. It's always an excuse to this. Oh, American Pit Bull Terrier bite on everything. It's a lot of dogs. You can get a hound, you can get a lab, you can get a husky. If it doesn't have nothing to do, it's gonna bite. What else is it gonna do with the time? It don't have hands to play cards with the other dogs. It can't do nothing but use its teeth. That's majority of what I'm saying. If it don't use its teeth, it digs in the ground. Digs in the ground. Digs in the ground. So I was raised that you put American Pit Bull Terrier on a chain or in a kennel so it can let out some of the energy or let it in the backyard by itself and run around. But the game had changed and they try to make it seem like it's the blue dog. It's the quickest thing to do for a person with American Pit Bull Terrier is to put down the next dog. When I was growing up, American Pit Bull Terriers had that Bruce Lee body. Then they wasn't short as they, some you seeing some that short as bullies. Nah, only time you had a short female if you bred her early. If you never bred it, wasn't no short. It wasn't no short pit bulls. It was a height. It was a look. These dogs nowadays doesn't have the height or the look that was back in the days. I remember them red nose. Everybody try to act like don't exist because they got on this internet and people told them they was wrong. But how could you ever think that you was wrong on something that you grew up watching? That you seen all the big guys and the hood guys have it, and you seeing some go to jail for them dogs that they said doesn't exist. That had murders behind it. Mm. So if the internet game twisted up on or the real life, if I had to go with the eyes, I'm going with the real life. I'm not going with the internet because it's quick for a person to discredit a dog because they want to sell their dogs. But I feed Blue diamond dog food. I don't own no trail meal. I give him enough food to walk him and he still don't pick up weight. And then you say this dog is not an American Pit Bull Terrier when he has a beautiful body. And then I never said that they favorite line is I never said a dog ugly. I just said it's not American Pit Bull Terrier. And I keep on saying this, and I always say this: you speaking for a dog that your dog don't look better than. You speaking on the dog that your dog don't look better than. Because me growing up, I didn't grow around no American bullies. I didn't grow around no American bulldogs. I grew up around real American pit bull terriers. In the 90s, what, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. That's all I knew. I didn't even know growing up as a kid that it was any other dogs but the ones my uncle had. Rest his soul. I didn't know it was no other dog. Until I got older and I started seeing other dogs and I started wondering about other dogs and what is this dog? Because all I knew was this skinny, bony, muscled up dog. I ain't know nothing about no bulldogs or, you know what I'm saying? I was young. I've been around these dogs, if I can remember, 8, 9, 10, 11, 7, maybe 6 if I can think. I don't never ask my mom, but I've been around these dogs before I even knew basically anything. And I remember growing up, some you can walk up to and some you was told not to walk up to. So when it comes to these dogs and this American Pit Bull Terrier, if you don't know my uncle, you're nobody. You're nobody. Remember that. Because he wasn't with talking. He wasn't with that talking. He was never with the talking. They say the loudest man in the room is the softest man in the world. So the guy's always talking about what a dog supposed to do and doesn't do it. You full of bullcrap. Don't speak about something. That's just like me saying a race driver supposed to. I'm a race driver, but I don't go past 20 miles an hour. Well, I'm a artsman. I can shoot a gun from 30 miles away, and I never shot a gun. That's easy for people. Listen, you two to me, people can be actors, bona fide actors. I don't argue with you. I don't argue with you guys no more about Blue, because guess what? Blue will be 2 years old October the 16th, and he been looking good from the 5 weeks when I put him on camera until until right now, in this day, he still look good. I showed y'all that puppy at 5 weeks old. 5 weeks old. He went 8 weeks. He was all that mass and that head and that bigness. That boy was nothing but 5 weeks old. So when you talk about this dog that I watched grow up, that I fed like I fed any other of my dogs, I remember back in that day they said, oh, lady fat, lady big. I gave him more than I was giving lady. Because he was a male and he was a big. I know that the look he had, because I got pictures on my channel of me taking him to the veterinarian, and he seen the veterinarian. He took and take them pills that it fight fleas, ticks, worm, heartworm. So he was getting dewormed. So he got everything to make him be bigger, but he never got bigger. Then I heard people always talking about, he's a bully or he's an Amstaff. No, he's an American Pit Bull Terrier, he's a blue one. He's a blue one. Because at the end of the day, I don't look at blue color. I look at blue body. I go back to when I was growing up seeing American Pit Bull Terriers, I look at blue. When you look at a dog, you don't know, because this is basically a lot of these guys maybe got these dogs in the early 2000s. So what, 20 years in, 21 years in? If I could think about it, I'm actually 30 years in of being around these dogs and seeing these dogs, or maybe longer than that. Yeah, about 31, 32 years. Some up in there. Maybe 31. I'm going to say 31. I'm going to give you 31 years of me being around the dog. Why I'm arguing with somebody that I watched these dogs. I seen these dogs as a child growing up that I didn't know no other dog but that dog. So why should I waste my breath and argue with people that I been around these dogs? You come to St. Louis, ask anybody in St. Louis about my uncle, they would tell you, yeah, that's all that man knew. I never seen him with a lab. I never seen him with a chihuahua. I never seen him nothing until the day he died. He had 2 American Pit Bull Terriers. So at the end of the day, man, I was close to my uncle. So at the end of the day, my mother's brother, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I was arguing with you guys in the beginning about it. Now I don't argue with you. I laugh at you. That's why you can say whatever you want to say about my dog. I don't do no legal purpose with my dog. You don't either. So when you say what my dog supposed to do, you still haven't shown me what your dog can do. Because my dog's not going to do that. My dog don't do no legal purpose. Only thing my dog biting on is a rope or some food or a bone, something like that. My dog not taking his teeth to try to harm no other dog, because that's not what we do at my camp. So if you want to talk to me or try to get my attention, you know how you get my attention? You can't get my attention. Because I do what I do, and I speak about this blue dog because I did my research and I studied, and I always thought about that. I said, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They doubt me. They actually helped me get the blue dog. I said, they doubt me. They doubt this blue dog. They say all these blue dogs are bullies. Let me go get me a real American Pit Bull Terrier. When you say real doesn't mean, because real doesn't mean that it's supposed to attack another dog. Real is the drive to please, the drive to work, the drive to live. That's what that American Pit Bull Terrier stands for. It doesn't stand for attacking another dog. It stands for a dog that wants to please and work for its owner. And it doesn't have to be no illegal purpose. When I put Blue on the chain or on the leash or in the kennel, he's energized. That's what I remember about the American Pit Bull Terrier. I remember that. I remember this dog would be on this chain for damn near the whole day, 24 hours. And anytime you came, didn't matter how big the chain was, it got up and it moved around. Sometimes you heard it make the chain pop. Let's go back to that. You heard it make it pop. And you heard the rest of the dogs barking. And you see this one running towards that way barking. And you seeing where it made a little circle at. That's American Pit Bull Terrier. I remember. I don't remember American Pit Bull Terrier being locked in a kennel, in a cage. I'm talking about the inside kennels. We ain't talking about the outside, because they was always in them 5x8s, and you know what I'm saying, them 10x10s, and some people had 10x15s. I remember them. But I don't remember no dog being locked in a kennel for 24 hours or maybe 23 hours and didn't have the time to get out and burn energy. You couldn't own American Pit Bull Terrier and just lock it down. No. You had to let that dog out and play. Then when I say play, no illegal purpose. When I say play, I mean it got out and it ran around the chain, or it hopped around in the kennel, or it went back and forth in the kennel, back and forth in the kennel, back and forth in the kennel, from the front to the back, to the side, to the side. I remember that. I don't remember what these guys nowadays doing with these dogs. They talking about they got American Pit Bull Terrier. And the dog the dog don't have on a thick collar. The dog don't know nothing about no chain life. Ain't nothing wrong with a little chain life for a dog. Ain't nothing. I'm just saying, like, if you don't have a kennel and you want to let your dog out, and you know your dog has a high drive to want to run towards your neighbor gate, and your neighbor has a dog, put it on the chain and let it just work on the chain. That's what I remember. All this other stuff that these YouTube wanna be famous guys be talking about, I ain't buying that one. I ain't buying that one. I'm not buying that one. Dogs that you speak about, you like, for example, you think a guy that driving a Maserati or a Benz, bringing his Benz around, and all the rest of the Benz driver, and they ain't looking clean. The car show, nobody brings they bucket to a car show to show off. But these dog guys do it. They put these dogs on camera, and they dog not even looking good as my dog. But they'll do it. They got it going on. No, I haven't listened. Out of all the bull crap, Blue will be 2 years old October the 16th. And I've been asking somebody, make your dog look like Blue before you talk stuff. Now I don't even see the dog no more. I don't even see the dog no more. I don't see the dog no more. I don't, all I see is a person just running their mouth, and then they got co-signers. They got co-signers. They don't even own no American Pit Bull Terrier. They put my beautiful dog on their page and thought they hurt my feelings. No, you didn't, sir. You just motivated me. You just excited me. You just made it happy for me. Because I knew you didn't know what you was talking about. Because when you listen to a dummy, it makes you a dummy. Did you know that? Everything you heard, listen. Then they always saying, Google is wrong. But when they put up these dogs,